So Katrina, once you get a lead, you think it's a quality lead, maybe you've had that first phone call, and now you're going to try to determine if you want to really take on the client. What does that look like? How do you do that?
Well, it depends on the kind of matter that we're talking about. So for one of those non-emergency kind of cases, like a trust and estates matter or wills matter, I just need to make sure that the person can pay. Typically for an employment matter as well. I just need to make sure they can pay. So really an informal discussion is enough. Brief conversation, make sure that they can pay, and then we can move forward. On the other hand, if it's a personal injury case, something like that, or a divorce case, then I really need to have a much more formal intake process. And so we have forms for that purpose with paralegals who can do that kind of interview ahead of time to make sure that we've got a case that we can make.
Okay. And why is it so important that you know more about the case in those situations?
Oh my, well, personal injury lawyers will tell you they focus on liability and damages. If they're going to do all of the work that it takes to really make a case, then they have to make sure that there's the potential for a large payout or a large settlement. A personal injury lawyer may have to hire experts, accident reconstructionists, may have to travel, they may have to store vehicles or whatever whatever was involved in the personal injury, and so they are absolutely going to have the resources to do that, which means they have to have the return on the other side. They may spend years working on a matter before they see a settlement or a trial verdict, and again, it's not guaranteed that they're going to have a verdict, so they've got to be able to make that case.
But not all cases are $1 million cases. So what about smaller cases, that typically will settle out of court?
True, and even some larger cases will settle out of court, but especially for those small cases, we want to make sure that we're matching the level of effort to the potential return in the case, not just for the lawyer, but for the client as well. So that kind of case may settle after a few letters or a back and forth discussion or a mediation. So you're not going to put all of that effort in right up front. Instead, you're going to try to work up the case in a sort of lower effort way, with, of course, still using the requisite amount of effort.
So you want clear liability so you don't have to spend so much effort building that
Oh,
case.
we absolutely want to make sure we have clear liability in that case. If the damages are going to be lower, then you want liability to be much more clear. If you've got low liability and low damages, then I think it'd be hard to justify taking that case.
So sticking with that example of personal injury, does it take a different kind of client for that situation? I mean, do you care about what kind of client you have, whether he's really engaged or not, in a large case versus a small case?
Oh, sure. And in a large case, it's not just about that client. You may be bringing in that client's family members, parents, friends, doctors, employers to talk about their work, the work that they're losing out on. So in a larger case, you are going to be bringing in a whole community of people to support reaching that verdict or reaching that settlement. And so it's another reason why the effort is that much greater.
Got it. All right. Well, thank you.